Trilla, I think I did the track to Maybach Music 1, the skeleton at least. I did that in 2005, you know.
Mm,
So I remember making that, you know, in 2005, and it's not coming out till what was that, 2000? Whenever Trilla came out,
was it 7 or 8?
7. I think 7.
7? Yeah.
So it got because I remember it got pushed back a couple times because they were
Mhm.
like struggling to find a single or whatever back then. Um, but yeah, so I did that track in 2005, and then the whole team finished it up right up until release. So so that's pretty much how we sound. It's like so the Trilla album, we sounded like that, but we already sound like that like years prior because
Yeah.
all those beats like Luxury Tax and
Oh yeah.
Maybach, like
Yeah.
those were all done in the same era, like 2005. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Gotcha.
I kind of want to pull up the session so I can like give you an exact date.
Oh, that'd be hard.
Let me see for Luxury Tax. I just pulled that shit up the other day too.
Hey man. I mean, I had it lined up, but I mean, you in here, so we got to jump to it. That
Let me.
luxury tax beat, man, it's like one of the hardest,
Oh man.
hardest beats. Like, what was your mindset like?
um.
Just and your approach, like,
Man. So June 19th, 2006 is when that beat was created.
what were you using to?
Logic. Logic. So the mindset for that one was the sample just spoke to me. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, what is this? But it was like so chopped. Like because we didn't have the the technological luxury of
What we got now?
stemmings. Yeah, we couldn't stem it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I had to find the all the pieces of the song that he wasn't singing in to
Mm-hmm.
make the verses. I was like, fuck, it was hard to find it. So I had to like chop it up to a way.
What were you using the chopping the side of
I
logic
was chopping it in Logic. I was chopping the actual waves in
on the
Logic
grid?
on the grid. On the grid, yeah. So, but that helped me a lot too. Actually, I was programming everything on the grid. I was
Drums too?
everything,
Oh wow.
Maybach music,
But you get a
luxury
bounce
tech.
though. You get a bounce when you line stuff up on the grid a little bit, and you can kind of
Yeah.
nudge and throw off to get like that
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
feeling.
Exactly. Exactly. I still do it now. I mean, I with the drums I do now, I do it by hand,
Hmm.
but sometimes I might place a certain percussion or whatever and like nudge it, like you said. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, because actually in Logic, when you put in a wave into on the grid, it sounds different from when you play it from a sampler. If that makes sense, like it's loud as fuck on the grid versus you putting it into the EXS or
Hmm.
whatever sampler of your choice.
Hmm.
It just sounds louder on the grid. You
Okay.
have to do extra shit in the plugin to make it sound as loud for some reason. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
That's
Gotcha.
why a lot of our beats sounded loud as fuck back in the day
Mhm.
because we were doing it on the grid. You know, it was probably improper, but whatever. They gave us a sound. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But my mindset for that is just like I said, chopping it up, and I was just frustrated because it sounded choppy and it didn't sound musical. So then I had Kenny who was playing keys. I had him play a bass line underneath and play keys on top and filled in all the blanks for the chops. And that's how it sounds like one musical piece now.
Mm.
We
Oh,
had like strings and horns, and I think we would use the Rolling Phantom.
Phantom.
Yeah,
Mhm. So you just recording the audio straight into Logic?
straight in the Logic. Yep,
Yeah, no, yeah.
yep,
That Phantom, that Phantom got them horns, them strings,
yeah,
them basses, like
yeah. The horns in that are from the Phantom, from the Rolling Phantom.
yes, sir. Nah, that's a hell of a record.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro.